Whoa, 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 hold it right there. This is the YouTube police. Nina, Nina. Put your hands in the air right now. You must watch the whole video and hear what this person has to say first. If you hit dislike before this video ends, you will be arrested and sent to YouTube prison. I love Minecraft. I mean, the only limit is your own imagination, really. You can build pretty much anything you want to. Craft weapons and tools with hard to find resources, and of course have your house constantly blown up by creepers every 5 minutes. Wait, what? Oh, for fuck's sake! Point is, I like the game. It's always fun to come back to and see what's new and revisit old worlds, survival or creative. But if there's one thing about the game that I genuinely dislike, it's the end. But why, Cicadan, I hear you say? What's wrong with having a final area in a game where you take everything you've learned and collected and put it to the test with a final boss fight? Well, if you know me, you already know what I'm about to say, but, and that's a big, big but, by the way, I actually have legit reasons why this boss doesn't work other than it being centered around my favorite thing in all of creation. But we'll get into that soon enough, so let's go through the end and what it is first, shall we? Minecraft is a game that has pretty much no creative limits. You could play in one world from now until, well, the end of time, unless you're on console, in which case you'll get like, what, 40 years out of one world? I don't know, we don't do math here. But still, that's a really long time, and it's not like the game is short of things to do either. You've got different biomes, each containing something unique that you might need, structures containing treasure, and even with some traps. There's villages far and wide that could be raided if you decide to take on the illagers and get a ton of rewards. And of course there's also the Nether, a big red shithole of a dimension with some vital resources if you want to make potions or even take on the Wither boss by decapitating these tall guys. My point is, Minecraft is a game that really has no end, which makes it even more baffling considering that the end itself was introduced fairly early in Minecraft's history. So what's the point of the end? Well, aside from the final boss fight, and a city area that was added years later, it's another dimension that's similar to the Nether, only it's very dull and aesthetically unpleasing by comparison. I mean, I guess the static void in the background sort of looks ominous and spooky, but what's all this shit I'm standing on? Oh. End stone. And as for the boss, the Ender Dragon itself, why? Just why? So the Ender Dragon is what you face when you spawn in the end. No question, you have to beat it in order to get back out. So you, the player, take out the crystals on each of the obsidian towers, and that pretty much just gives you the green light to just, well, bonk it from there. It's one of those, oh, let's just give it a shit ton of health kind of bosses. Also, can someone please explain to me why the boss explodes when it's killed? Allahu Akbar! No, seriously, like, creepers I can understand because they're filled with gunpowder or something, but the Ender Dragon? Really? Like, fuck off with that shit. It's just really dumb and it doesn't make any sense, much like the boss itself. So that's it, the boss is fucking dead and the portal back home spawns and... Oh. Is that an egg? Like, you mean I can have my own dragon in Minecraft? Oh my god! No way! Oh. It's just a trophy item.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
And then we get... this? I see you. I see the player you mean. The player? Yes. Take care. It has reached a higher level now. It can read our thoughts. That doesn't matter. It thinks we are part of the game. I like this player. It played well. It did not give up. It is reading our thoughts as though they were words on a screen. I want to tell them they are that is how it chooses to imagine things. Sometimes I want to tell them the very importance of the universe. When it is deep in the dreams of the game, I don't fucking know. And make a wonderful. I wish to tell them they are. Sometimes they don't care. Sometimes staring at the skeleton behind the screen, and yet they use the game. They used to hear a voice. I wish to tell them they are. Give it a body again. Yes, the player. I will not. Yes, I will tell
the
name,
story,
but not the truth. What the fuck is this? This is fucking nonsense! Well, congratulations, motherfucker. You did it. You beat Minecraft. Only, do you see a problem here? You went to the end, right? And the game puts you back into your world to continue playing the game as normal. So why the fuck is it called the end? Ugh, a lot of people might disagree with me on this, but in my opinion, the end was a big misstep by Mojang. Like, don't get me wrong, I get the idea behind it, and I get what they were going for, but if you ask me, this was a huge missed opportunity. So now you know why I dislike the end. Here's a section that I like to call, Let's Rewrite the End. I know, it's way too late to change anything now, but here's what I think would make for a much better end. The first thing I would change is the boss itself, because let's be real here, why are we fighting a dragon of all things? In Minecraft, when you play through the game, you see nothing. Literally nothing that would hint towards this. You kill the Enderman to get the pearls and make the eyes to put into the portal, right? A good idea indeed, but nothing that would hint towards a dragon. So here's my change. Keep the way you get into the portal, but when you get into the end, the boss is a large and horrific mixture of zombie, skeleton, spider, and worst of all, creeper. Think about it, you go through the game fighting these mobs constantly, and when you see this boss, it would give you a reason to dislike it and want to kill it. These guys have been blowing up your house, shooting arrows at you, and just generally trying to kill you. So now it's here in its most challenging form. Now in contrast, what's the Ender Dragon ever done? Oh, nothing? You mean it's just been sat in another dimension and you know nothing about it? Like, come on, imagine how much better this boss would be. Imagine the horrific designs you could come up with for this, the way it moves and the way it could attack. This is actually something that the Wither boss does very well. You get attacked by the skeletons in the Nether no matter what, so not only do they give you a reason to dislike them, it gives you a hint towards what you'll be facing with the boss. Not just design-wise, but also with the withering effect. The next thing I'd change is the dimension, or the end itself. Design-wise, I would definitely redo the whole thing, and add a lot more than just... end stone. Maybe you spawn in at the bottom of a large tower, with an army of mobs that you have to fight your way through to get to the top, where the boss is waiting. And maybe the dimension itself could be a void, just like the end, but a broken up version of the overworld that's distorted. Maybe there's pigs with no heads and fire chickens that lay blaze eggs. Something to keep the player coming back. And yeah, I know they added the End City and the Elytra, but that was added much later and was more of an afterthought. I should also mention that I changed the name of the dimension too. I wouldn't call it the end because that implies it's, well, the end of the game, which again, for Minecraft, I don't think is necessary. But just something that would indicate a final boss without explicitly implying that it's meant to be the last thing that you ever do in the game, like the end does. Maybe call it something like The Deadline or Midnight. I don't know, anything's better than The End. So those are my proposed changes. A boss that you actually feel a certain connection to other than, a dragon, that means bad, right? Me go kill cause me gamer, and me no question game and logic behind it. Me just want kill things. Ugh. And a dimension that's a lot more rich and engaging than just... end stone. So what do you think? Would this have been a better idea than what we got? Tell me in the comments below, and leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! End stone.